Doomed to Repeat is a Delta Green actual play podcast with violent themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to episode 35 of Doomed to Repeat. I'm Sergio, your handler.
I'm Lev and I play Agent Tuck.
I'm Amanda Dominic and I am Agent Boomer.
I'm Caleb James Miller and I play Agent Merritt.
I'm Eli and I'm playing Agent Hyde.
I'm Zakia and I play Agent Warp.
In this episode, we take a short break from the Innsmouth investigators to return to the modern day, where we check in with working group Perennial. Think of this as a brief interlude. After this episode, we'll head back to wrap up our story in Innsmouth before devoting the final episodes of this series entirely to Perennial. I just wanted to make that timeline clear so nobody gets lost in the shuffle. If you enjoy the show, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment or review for us on your favorite platform. It really helps us get seen by newcomers to the channel. As always, you can support us directly by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/MaydayRP. Now, let's get back to the show. It is October 2nd, 2020 at 9:45 p.m. It's about 40 minutes after takeoff. Agent Warp and Tuck, you have settled into reading through the Freis files, breaking open the first folders and splitting them between the two of you. Tuck, you look up on the occasion to notice that Mia is still transfixed with the view from outside.
I think Warp is just trying to keep her eyes down on the files and failing and looking back and forth from Tuck to Mia and Tuck again, trying not to be the one to say it first.
Tuck is decidedly aware of Warp's look back and forth, and the way that Warp is trying to not be the one to say it first is the same way that Tuck is staunchly ignoring the fact that there's something to say. And that just like kind of passes different notes back and forth and kind of points at different things and doesn't really make eye contact.
Yeah, you've begun digging in and you're putting the story together slowly, the story of these investigators who were put together by the Treasury of the US government to investigate this strange town. Agent Tuck, your cell phone rings. It's your personal phone and you can tell that it's Boomer's number.
Yeah, if it's Boomer, I'll pick it up. Hey, how's it going in San Francisco?
Boomer does not immediately pick up. What you hear is Ruhi on the other line, and Ruhi says,
Hey, we're not headed to San Francisco. There's been a change of plans, honey.
Wait, what are you talking about? You're not going to San Francisco. Where are you going?
We're sitting in the airport parking lot, and your friend Max is telling me that we're going home. We're flying back to the East Coast.
Did you talk to that Delilah woman? What? You guys were there for like...
We never left the hotel. Maybe you want to talk to Max.
Yes, I absolutely do. Why? Okay, yes, thank you, love.
you hear the scuffling and then Boomer.
Hello.
What's going on?
I'm gonna cut to the chase. I'm going home. And I'm putting your wife on a plane as well. And she's gonna go home. I strongly encourage you to do the same.
Is Mallory making you do this? You can tap the phone twice if she's there.
Look, I strongly advise, for the safety of your family, to just go home. Do you understand what I am saying to you?
No, because you've said almost nothing. What happened?
I have told you I'm going home I'm trying to go for many years. And finally, when an opportunity comes, I'm going to take it. I am very sorry, okay? But I need you to understand, I'm going home.
Partway through this speech, Tuck flags down Warp, gets her attention, and puts it on speakerphone so that she can hear too.
And if you are anything that your wife is saying you are, I would recommend you go home too.
Boomer, this sounds finite.
This isn't...
You've known me for how long?
I'm...
And you're shocked and puzzled as to why I'm going home. I don't know, maybe because I have family or maybe there's threats there. Did you ever ask about my family? No, because it's only about you, your family, your sister, your wife. I'm doing you the fucking courtesy of making sure your wife is at least getting on a plane. I don't even have to do that, especially for what I have done for you.
What about Hyde? What about Merritt?
What about Warp?
What the fuck have I been telling you guys? Go home, guys. You guys are in the plane. Where are you at now? Where are you guys?
We're coming to you like we planned. You know I can't go home. You saw what Mallory did and who she brought. You think I could just go back to my fucking life? Something happened and you're not telling us what.
Plans change. Deals have been made.
Max.
Boomer, are you okay?
This is goodbye.
Let's go to the cockpit. Agent Hyde and Merritt, you have been flying for pretty much the entire time together. Agent Hyde, pretty much the entire time you've been flying, you have heard air traffic control trying to contact you over the radio.
I keep it on. I don't respond because we just don't currently have a directive, but I'm keeping ears open just in case they say something that is of a specific interest.
You can hear over the headphones repeatedly the air traffic control saying something to the effect of,
Flight 841, this is ATC, please respond.
and they're kind of variations of this. Merritt, you can hear this too.
At some point, I have to relay something back. It gets worse the longer we keep going.
We need somewhere to land that they can't track us to, and they can't land with us. Is there anywhere that you know of, a base anywhere that maybe works on the green side of things that we could touch down on and then find ulterior transportation to San Francisco from there?
Not heading to San Francisco. The only base I know offhand would be in Vegas or in Reno or Nevada. Fuck. That's the only closest Nomad base from here. We're not going to make it to there, though.
Okay.
Hyde, there's another problem. You have a willpower currently of 2, which means to me that you are exhausted beyond safety in terms of flying a plane.
Yeah, I'm sweating. And my hands are shaking.
We could aim for the dirt.
You want to crash this plane?
Crash is not the operative word, but in such a way that we'd land in the middle of nowhere, give us a better chance than anywhere else, and maybe we could make a call to Mallory or to anyone to pick us up.
We can probably find somewhere to land rurally, but I don't know how much time it's going to give us once we land that plane to get off and hopefully make a run for it. There's no guarantee that we're not going to get caught here.
Okay. Well, we just need to make plans for when we do get caught then, or at least make a passionate run at it. If we can get at least a call down to Mallory, to anyone who can watch our backs and be there when we meet, then all the better. Maybe we can squeak out of this one by trusting in the program, fighting for us. I know that's not something that happens very often, but this is a special circumstance. They need us.
While I agree for once, I am not concerned about the program and how they're going to react. I'm concerned about what's in the back of this plane.
Yeah. Maybe we keep her under wraps if we can't get them away to begin with. Our first priorities should be mitigating any amount of stress between that and these outside forces.
You're going to have to help me land this plane.
Okay. If you can talk me through it, just tell me where I need to be. I'll do my best.
Let's go back to the cabin of this plane. What's going on with Tuck and Warp?
Tuck sets down the phone. I'm gonna pass my phone off to Warp. Can you try and call her again?
I don't think she wants us to call her again. I think...
Then Mallory.
Okay.
One of the ones that was there. One of the 3 of them. My wife's number's in here too. If you can't get Mallory, try her.
Okay. Yeah.
And Tuck starts to leave and then doubles back. and kind of gets down on Warp's level. I absolutely understand that you guys have sacrificed so much for me, and I will never be able to pay that back, but I know the sacrifice is there, and I appreciate it. And at some point, I will find a way to make it up to you.
No, Tuck, we are a team. And we all are supposed to help each other, regardless. That's how this works, right? That's how Perennial works.
Yeah. This is a little extra, but yeah. Try, please. And I'll go toward the cabin, knock on the door. We have an issue, not related to me right now.
Okay, well, that's pleasant to hear in a strange way. We have an issue ourselves up here that we're working on immediately. Is this something that we could hold for maybe a brief 15-minute meeting after we land this plane?
Probably not, because we shouldn't be going to San Francisco anymore.
Oh, well, that's convenient. We're not going to San Francisco.
Oh, convenient.
At least our plans are aligning. What is the change in plans?
Boomer just called me to tell me she's going home. Her and my wife. I didn't hear about Mallory. We all know Boomer's never had the best timing. Yeah. On these adventures that we all so dearly love. But she's decided she's done, and that a deal has been struck, which is maybe one of the scariest things I've ever heard her say. So, I don't know what that means, but it means no San Francisco for us. And if we're already not going there, great. What's the plan? For you guys, at least.
The plan is that we need to land this plane as soon as possible, or we will be shot out of the sky.
Excellent.
I am looking for the most nearest place we can touch down, and we hope we can get away before any credible authority follows us.
Great. Can I assist with that in any way?
By staying calm, by keeping the rest of the cabin calm, and staying in one place, preferably in the back of this plane. When we touch down, we'll have a better idea of where we need to go and how fast that needs to happen. But truthfully, the flight risks need to remain low as possible when it comes to leaving this place. And I think we've seen the way that stress can trigger.
Boomer's words kind of start echoing the back of Tuck's head, and they shake their head. Understood. I have cell service up here, apparently, so if you need anything...
Try and get Mallory on the phone. I want to know what this deal was, and I want to know why the hell we lost her.
Warp's on it.
Warp calls Mallory on Tuck's phone.
Put in the number, and it rings. Once, twice, 3 times. Goes to voicemail.
Warp calls again.
Back to voicemail.
Okay. Okay. And Warp goes into the, follows right where Tuck went. Mallory's not answering. I've called twice.
As you are getting up, Warp, to say this, and maybe you're even saying it as you're standing excitedly, you hear Mia. She says, "Oh, a pretty plane." She's pointing at something out the window. And that's when all of you hear the roar of a secondary engine. Agent Hyde and Agent Merritt, you can see from the window 2 F-16 fighter jets pulling up beside you, cruising at the same altitude alongside. After a moment, one of them begins to rock their wings back and forth. The other one shoots some flares out. Hyde, you understand that they're trying to get your attention. They're trying to get you on the radio. And if they don't, they are left with no other option.
I will pick up, I will answer the radio.
Flight 841, this is NORAD Command. Please respond.
Flight 841 responding.
Flight 841, why did you ignore orders to stay grounded at Camp Pendleton?
I heard over that we were cleared for takeoff. What's the problem?
Flight, you are being redirected to land at Los Alamitos at the following coordinates.
And they feed you coordinates that let you understand that they want you to land at Los Alamitos, which is a training facility for Army, kind of south of Los Angeles. It's about a 10-minute flight.
Respond once you've made the adjustments to your trajectory, please.
I look at Merritt.
A, and he puts a finger between you, or B, and he points at the radio.
I think I gesture for B, because I'm more concerned that if we deviate from any course, we won't make it anywhere in time, and they they mean business.
I'm with you, Captain. You can take us down.
I am going to tell them that I will adjust course, and then I will relay back that I am adjusting course to Los Alamitos.
Thank you, 841. If you deviate from the route, the scramble fighters will have no choice but to shoot you out of the sky.
Understood.
Agent Tuck, you see the F-16s. Boomer's words are rattling in your mind. You are losing control. This is the worst possible situation. I'm gonna have to ask for a sanity check.
Oh my god, not up here.
Okay.
I'm having flashbacks to the last fucking plane we did this shit in.
Okay, that's a 17.
Thank God.
Tuck can feel the like spiral kind of starting up in their chest. And they take a deep breath. And then they take like 4 more. They'll take the phone from Warp and go over and just sit down next to Mia. Their only way to kind of handle this situation is the fact that even if everything were going perfectly, they are still up in the air in the middle of everything. And whatever abilities they've shown recently, anti-gravity has not been one of them. So I think Tuck just kind of sits and tries to stay as like still waters as possible, kind of sits down next to Mia, pulls out one of the little like koosh balls that was in Mia's little go bag and puts it down in front of her and goes, "Could make a firework next to the pretty planes," and I'll kind of shake it at the window and make it look like there's fireworks going off.
Mia is your sister, and even though it's been decades since you've been together, she just seems able to read you and is, can tell that you're trying to distract her. And she says, "Are you okay, Haley?"
"Yeah, sweets, I'm good. We're, well, I actually don't, that was a lie, and I don't want to lie to you. I'm a little stressed.
Why?
Plans have just changed. And I've always liked plans. I've always liked knowing what's going on."
Is it because of them? And she points out at the plane.
"Oh, not entirely. No, it's not their fault. They're doing their job."
Are they keeping us from seeing our family?
No, they're not. It's not on them. We can talk about that once we get on the ground. Because there's a lot of stuff I need to tell you, but before we do that, and I'll get off of my seat and I'll kneel down so I'm fully on eye level with her. I want to talk to you about what you did earlier.
What do you mean?
Well, you are a special kid, and you have, certain abilities now that they're like the X-Men. Do you remember the X-Men not comic, cartoon?
Yeah.
Remember how, like, Storm can conjure weather and Rogue can touch someone and take their powers? You're kind of like that now.
She seems kind of excited, and she's like, "When do I get these powers?"
Oh, she doesn't know. I think Tuck can read their sister the same way their sister can read them, and hearing that kind of like genuine excitement and genuine question pulls them to a stop. I think they're already starting to manifest, buddy. And I think even more than that, there's something you might not always notice. But from the outside, I notice,
I don't want powers. I want to be a normal kid.
Well, that's okay. We can, you know how the X-Men have secret identities? How they're at the school. Okay, X-Men isn't the best because they have literal mutant school. Spider-Man. You know how Spider-Man has his powers, but when he's Peter Parker, he doesn't use them.
The metaphors are starting to wear thin on Mia. She is not reacting the way you would expect from a child when you promise them that they have some kind of special abilities. There's a kind of denial in her thought process. If she admits that she has powers, and she has to admit that she's hurt people, that she's hurt you, and she has to make a sanity check. She becomes somewhat despondent. She kind of starts shaking a little bit, and it's reminding you of the time that she had a seizure in the cabin back at Yosemite. And she's like, no, I don't want powers. I just want to be a normal girl. I just want to go home. I want to go to see my parents.
Okay.
The plane begins to shake in reaction to this.
Okay, baby, okay. I will pick her up, and I'll put her in my lap, and I'll hold her like close to my chest, and I'll just start taking really slow, pronounced, deep breaths, and just saying, okay, kiddo, I hear you. I know. We don't have to worry about this right now. I'm so sorry. This wasn't the right time to talk about this. We can talk about it later. It's okay.
I'm going to ask you to make a psychotherapy roll to calm her down.
Tag me in, coach. Tag me in.
I was gonna say, please find someone to assist.
I need my people who are.
Well, if you don't want to.
Oh.
It's too late, but I rolled a 6.
Hey, okay.
Crimes.
The child's nervousness begins to subside, and as it does, so does the shaking of the plane. Agent Hyde, you feel control of the plane coming back to you. In 10 minutes' time, you are going to begin your descent to Los Alamitos. Is there anything anyone is doing in this time?
Okay, so we can tell them that we had clearance initially, and then it was revoked, but we were already brimming for the sky before we received that information, right? We can tell them that we're on a medevac, that Mia and, or maybe it's better if we say Haley, is in need of a doctor, a specialist, and we were flying to San Francisco to have that done. It was an emergency, that's why we denied any calls. We were just worried, we were scared. We didn't know what to do. We have civilians on board, they were scared, and we were hoping to save lives. What do you think?
I think that's the best we can probably come up with. My concern is who receives us after this point. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna get arrested. We're gonna have these little shitty ass conversations about it. But Hooks is still after us from what what you explained to me before we got off the tarmac, which means that they're gonna show up whenever this call gets through. So we need the right person to show up here for us, or it's going to get uglier than it already is.
We can't be put in a cell. The second that they keep us longer than a few hours, we're done.
Yeah.
If Tuck has mentioned that we have cell service up here, is there any way I can text Thornbill on my phone?
I see no reason why you couldn't. You could even attempt to call them if you really wanted to.
Yeah, if I can call and that's okay, then I will do that. If not, I will send a text message. Yeah. So I'll instruct Merritt really quickly.
Just hold it like this.
Okay. It's on autopilot, right? I don't have to touch anything?
I'm gonna lie and say it's on autopilot.
Yes, as long as you stay on the stick.
So perfectly still?
Stay as still as you can. Just stay like that. We have to just
Does this look okay? How's the angle?
Angle is fine. Angle is great. Take a deep breath for me, though.
Am I slipping? I feel like my hands are shaking.
You're not slipping. You're not slipping at all. You had it all under control. And there you go. And I'm going to take my hands off mine. You're going to feel a little bit of pressure. That's normal.
Oh, okay. Just one phone call, right?
Just one quick phone call.
Okay. Go for it. I got it. I'm good.
Calling Thornbill immediately. Was probably already typing the phone number in while I was trying to do this. But call Thornbill.
Where are you? What's happening?
I am in the sky. We're being grounded at Los Alamitos.
Yeah.
Oh, you know. Cool, great.
I know that you took off without permission from air traffic. I tried to warn you to get out of there before Hooks did, but...
Yeah, well, we ran out of time, unfortunately. And, not gonna mention that I didn't know this until we were taking off. But now we're here. The problem is that we're landing, and I don't know what to do past that point. And I have 2 volatile assets on this plane.
I don't know how I can help. The problem is that This is too public. They're going to bring you in and they're going to hide you. They're going to put you behind a locked door and they're going to try to sweep this under the rug as quickly as possible. I'm talking about the program. I honestly think your best bet is to just go along with what they're telling you to do.
Okay. So we do nothing.
The way things work, there's probably going to be a SWAT team waiting for you. They've already called ahead about this, so I don't know if you could make sure Tuck is unconscious, if they're not a problem. The more you go along with what they ask you to do, the more that I can do. If you're throwing shots, if you're trying to run, this is not going to end well.
Then I will see what I can do if that's the only option. But I'm very concerned that Tuck is not going to take this well.
If Tuck doesn't take it well and runs, it stops being your problem for now. But the more that you comply and the more that you show that you comply with what the program wants to do, the better you're all going to be. Maybe you can put it all on Tuck. Blame it on them. Just say that you were being held hostage or something.
I will look over at Merritt.
Am I hearing this as we're going?
Yeah, I put this on speaker.
It's not a bad idea. Even if it's not true, even if we go and we get Tuck later, even if it's a temporary separation, if it means that both the kid and Haley get away and we get enough space from this that we can actually do what we're supposed to do, it's not a bad idea.
All right. Well, if that's the option, it's the option we're going to take, and we will try to make sure that it goes as smooth as it can fucking go.
Everything's on lockdown here at the program. I've been having a hard time contacting folks, but now that I know where you are, now that I know that where they're taking you, I'll try to catch a chopper to meet you out there. It's going to take me a couple hours, but I'll do what I can.
As long as you can do what you can. I really would prefer to see you over anybody else at this program at this point.
Do they know where Hooks is? Is Hooks still pursuing? Are they meeting us at Los Alamitos? Do we have a location?
I've been in communication with Hooks. They are back. They are airborne and on their way after you.
Well, hopefully I see you soon. Thanks. And I'll hang up. How do we make sure that they stay calm? We can land this plane, sure, but if they pull a SWAT on us...
I'm more worried about the kid with the SWAT team than I am Haley. Do me a favor, shut that door, yeah?
Yeah. I'll go and close the cockpit.
We're in a situation where we're presented with two clear paths. One of which, we're completely honest with Haley on the other side of that door. We tell them that we're going to say it's their fault, that we're going to go with the path that they took us hostage in an effort to save Mia, and we were just doing what we could to stay agents. We move forward with that. Or we don't tell them, and we let the chips fall where they may. And we let this go where it will. I don't know how Haley's going to react to the truth, but I also know how she's going to react to a lie. Whether we're delaying the pain or being honest before we land.
I wouldn't want to be lied to.
Me either. Group meeting?
Yeah, we tell her.
Do you want to take the controls? I think I'm going to have a panic attack.
Yeah, I'll go and I'll sit down and I'll take the controls back over.
I'm going to stand up and then go back into the cabin, smile in a very corporate way, like I'm coming back into the waiting room, and just trying to give the air of everything is totally fine. Could I have a meeting real quick with the grown-ups in the cockpit there?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to steal them away like that, Mia, but I figure this is some time to look out at that pretty little sky. You see those crazy planes out there? They're insane, aren't they?
She's kind of wiping her eyes from crying and doesn't seem to be in the mood to placate you.
Yeah, okay. Well, you just take some time and remember to breathe. You know how shallow the air gets up here in the planes, huh? Makes me dizzy.
I'll pull her off my lap and I'll wipe her little face. And I'll put the little ball in her hands and kind of buckle her in and tuck her up on a seat next to the window. And I'll follow.
Warp follows.
I'm gonna shut the door behind, but I am going to give a little wave and a smile to Mia before the door shuts, and then turn back on the very claustrophobic little cockpit. Okay, so we're missing one of us of Perennial, but I think that we can take a vote since they have voluntarily removed themselves from service. The security team, minus our temporary flight risk, has come to a decision that we think is best for Perennial, but we thought it was important to be honest with every member here. Warp, I'm sorry you weren't included in the conversation, but just like I am not included in translating Sumerian texts, this fell to the folks who understand it the most. Haley, we're going to land. There's going to be a SWAT team. It's going to be very important that you do everything you can, not only to keep yourself calm, but also to keep Mia calm. Then there is no doubt that they are going to take us away for questioning, and in that line of questioning, it will be the program's questioning, not our government's. And they're going to ask us what happened. And Haley, the best shot that any of us have of surviving this situation is saying that you, through brute force, took all of us hostage in an effort to save your sister when we discovered that she was an entity. You took us by force and by weapon. You commandeered this plane, and you took us far, far away, ignoring commands from air traffic control to get to San Francisco, where we have no idea where you were going next, but that was the next plan. You have to understand that this is a situation that could end in any of our deaths, and this seems to be the only way.
So, one death for 4 then, is what you're going for.
There's no guarantee that they're going to kill you on sight, and there's no guarantee you'd let them. But if we have any chance of keeping the 2 of you alive, it's with us playing stupid. If we agree that we did this willingly, we all die. We're about to step right into Oaks' hands. We're about to step into a room with guns poised against all of our temples and explain to them that we broke every rule in the book. Or we at least fall on the sword that you suddenly can leap 120 feet in a single bound. And we chalk that up to us doing our jobs so that later there's a chance Mia walks.
There's no chance Mia walks away from this. If this is Perennial, if this is the program, they will not put her anywhere she will ever see the sun again. They'll take her away from me, she'll lose her mind, and they'll kill her.
Tuck, there are still good...
What do you think is going to happen when we land and you say that it's my fault? And what, they're just gonna let me keep the 6-year-old child? They're just gonna let me stay and keep her calm? Is that really what you think is going to happen?
No, I never said that was. In fact, you haven't asked me what I think will happen. I only think that this is the only circumstance where I have a chance of preventing any of that from happening. So if you want my help, I really only have one option. It's either I die with you now or I die with you later. Which would you prefer?
Or you don't die with me at all and you let me...
So what's the plan then, Haley?
You let me go!
You're welcome to leap from this plane, but the only landing space that we have is in the place that doesn't send us all to prison or a firing squad. Boomer's the only smart one amongst us. They're gonna live fat and happy off of whatever Mallory gave us, but we have an option here to live for at least a few moments for me to take a bullet while you run with Mia, or to die on the sword of telling them what happened.
Tuck, there are still good people that still work at this program, and there are still people to trust along the way. If you're gonna abandon everybody and not see the nuance in things, that there's a little bit of gray area that we can still have leverage over, then you're condemning us to live by this black and white world that you have said that the program is completely unsafe and everybody else or whoever you deem as safe is safe. I need you to trust us that this might be the only way we get through this in a safe manner that doesn't hurt any more innocent people.
I don't think it's fair. If you take Mia and run, then it's just the 2 of you, right? We're not we're not staying together, which is something we have to do. It doesn't work if we don't all stay together. But if we don't, and you run, and they find you, you get away for a few more days, and then they find you again, and then eventually they hurt you enough to stop you, and Mia is by herself, and there is no one to witness for either one of you. At this point, there's the 3 of us. Should have been the 4 of us. But can't do anything about that. Let us speak up for you. At least.
Agent Tuck, at this point, I'm going to ask to see whether your megalomania kicks in, and it's going to come down to whether you want to repress it or not. If you don't repress it, you need to follow the most selfish and go down the path that you think is the best for you and your sister. But if you do successfully repress it, then maybe you go along with the plan. You're going to roll a d4, and you're going to automatically subtract that from your current willpower.
2.
You're also going to need to drop a bond by 2 as well.
It's merit.
Attempt a sanity roll. If you succeed, your agent will be able to suppress this insanity.
I'm so afraid to let these dice fall. You want some dice poetry, my friend? That is a critical failure with a 99.
Oh my
Fuck me.
Yo.
Fuck.
I am walking out of the cockpit, and I am searching for a parachute.
Haley, what are you doing?
Dead silence.
Yeah, Tuck, you walk back and you start kind of rummaging through things as the others are kind of standing around trying to talk to you. You can't find any parachutes.
Haley, what do you think is going to happen to you? What do you think is going to happen to her?
You know, after all you said about, what was that? Or will I have to kill another kid? I would have thought you would have, I don't know, tried to protect one.
You don't think that every action I've made here has been trying to keep that child alive, if I can even call it that?
Don't call her an it.
Well, she won't be alive for very long if you're taking her out to the fucking air, Haley.
Agent Hyde, you have been awake, whether you realize it or not, for close to 48 hours. You're on 2 willpower. Your co-pilot has got up to deal with an issue. You are in the process of landing. It's taking every ounce of you to stay awake. Give me a power times 5 roll, Hyde, to determine whether you can even stay awake anymore.
Oh, fuck, please. That's a success with a 15.
Okay, you begin the descending process as you know that you are close to Los Alamitos, but you are struggling.
I'm like breathing heavily. I'm probably getting instructions on where I can land, and it all sounds jumbly. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna be like Merritt, and when Merritt doesn't come back, I'm gonna be like Warp.
Yeah, I hear that through the shouting of Merritt and Tuck, and just kind of weave through them and go towards the cockpit.
Warp, can you sit down? Can you tell me what they're telling me?
Sure. Yeah, I just start relaying what I hear. Yeah, this sounds like you might need some more than just playback. Are you okay? Clearly not.
No, I mean, you can just see Hyde. Hyde is, just in shambles. They're like blinking their eyes.
Hyde, give me a pilot's roll.
Good. That is a success with a 32.
Back to the back of the plane. Tuck, it's now or never. You can feel the plane descending.
I'm gonna start gathering Mia up. Since I can't find a parachute or anything, I'm gonna start gathering Mia up and putting all of her things away. And I think Tuck has lost any kind of like cool sheet of glass, kind of water that they're trying to employ, and is not frantic, but pointed in their movements as they're stowing all of Mia's things, shoving Mia's bag into their bag, putting on their bag, like almost going so far as to like hoist Mia up on their hip.
Haley, you'll have no one. You'll be alone. I can't help you if you do this.
I'm alone now, it seems like.
How you can't see that this is me trying to help you is beyond me. But that has always been our case, right? You can never see the forest for the fucking trees, can you?
I don't think you guys want to help me. You've never trusted me ever since Mia came back into the picture. You haven't trusted anything.
I wonder why.
Stop yelling! Merritt, it's starting to feel hard to breathe, and you notice that Mia is staring at you very intently.
Her.
Fuck.
Haley, please.
I'll turn around and start walking away from him so that she's not looking at him anymore. I remember what that felt like, and it sucks.
Merritt, all of a sudden you can begin to breathe.
Who's gonna get her to stop that when you don't have anybody else?
We just need practice. Everything takes practice, right? That's what all your little fucking notes are about. Everything will be fine as long as we follow the fucking rule book.
Don't quote me, you don't have me. Orson goes and grabs the AR-15 rifle case and makes sure that stays with him, not her.
I don't like him anymore, Haley.
Oh, you're gonna like me a lot later.
Don't engage with him. We don't talk to people. Remember how Mom used to say we let it roll off us like water off a duck's back?
I hope she can breathe out there.
She'll be fine.
I'm gonna go sit by the flight attendant area. I'm gonna sit in the attendant seat, strap in with my seatbelt, and uncase the AR-15 and keep it against me. I'm not aiming that anywhere near them, but I am ready, strapped in with my seatbelt on. Merritt.
20,000 feet, 15,000, 10, 5. You can see Hyde, the runway of Los Alamitos, and you feel like you're going to be able to make it using Warp's help to land.
Nice and steady.
Give me one last pilot roll to determine how decent of a landing this is.
Fail with a 67.
Tuck, are you remaining still until landing?
Tuck's been on a plane enough to know that, like, when we're getting close to the ground versus when we're not, I'm gonna pace to the back with Mia still on my hip, and I'm gonna say, things are gonna be really scary for a little bit. I need you. We're a team, you and me. We are the only team we need. You got it?
Just you and me.
You and me, buddy. And what that means is you don't talk to anyone. You don't look at anyone. You hold on to me, and you look scared. Okay? It's gonna be scary, so it's not gonna be hard. But I will not let anything happen to you.
I love you, Haley.
I love you. I love you. We're gonna be okay.
Warp, you're giving directions to Hyde. You're assisting where you can. And all of a sudden, you notice Hyde begin to slump at the last second. They just can't hold it any longer. And you land hard. As this thing slams into the ground, begins skidding, you're being rocked back and forth. Tuck, you are not strapped in, so your body begins to kind of fly up and down and smash into the floor of the plane. I'm going to say that Mia takes 2 damage for that. You're all only going to lose 1 sanity, where once there was absolute chaos as the plane crash lands, there is suddenly silence. Those of you who are still conscious enough to understand what's happening, you can smell smoke.
Well, Hyde's at a 1 hit point right now.
Hyde is now unconscious then.
Cool. Yeah, I'm slumped, bleeding.
If we're on the ground, Tuck is busting through the door and screaming, "Help! Please, they've taken us! They've taken my sister and I! Please! Please help us!" And just like scrambling away, trying to like hold any bloodiness that's on Mia, and has gone full hysterics.
What you see is a largely abandoned airfield, except for 2 large black SWAT vans and a team of about, I want to say at least 8 men dressed in black armor, all carrying assault rifles, rushing towards you. They begin screaming, "Get on the ground! Get on the ground right now! Get on the ground!"
Please get us out of here! Please get us out of here! They've taken us! I don't know where we are! Please!
They are going to approach you, and they are going to begin forcing you down on the ground. You're going to hear one of them say, "Take the child!"
No, please don't! Please don't!
You'll have to make an opposed roll if you don't want them to take it out of your hands. Take me out of your hands.
No, I think you were right, Sergio.
And that's a success with a 29.
They succeeded with a 22, which is a critical.
Oh, fuckers.
And I'm going to say that they succeed. As they begin peeling Mia away from you, she begins screaming in hysterics. No, no!
As soon as I hear the hysterics, I just, under my breath, what the fuck were you thinking? And I undo the seatbelt. I'm gonna throw the AR-15 down. I'm going to take out my service pistol and throw that down as well. I'm gonna go open the cockpit door, look in.
Hyde went up before we went down.
Are you okay? Can you move? Can you breathe?
Yeah, I think so. Help me.
Okay, I'm gonna help Warp up, and then me and Warp are gonna try and get Hyde standing with us with arms over shoulders so we can recovery position. We're gonna hold, Warp, hold their arm, make sure both hands are visible when we come out of this plane. We're gonna have to drop with them, but make sure they can see your hands at all times, okay?
I remember.
They took Haley already. I think it's over. I don't know what she was thinking. Let's go.
Okay.
I think it's easy enough for you to drag Hyde out of her seat and begin dragging her out of the plane. As you do so, you can see as you come out into the cold night air, a group of heavily armored men that are right now focusing on Haley. They're walking over with handcuffs.
I'm grappling with, as me, a player, being like, this is a terrible idea, but also the in-character thing of the only thing to do is fight your way out. So I think Tuck is going to start fucking swinging.
Let's do an opposed roll here, okay? He's going to try to pin you. And if you want to try to break out of it, you need to make either a dodge roll or you need to try to make an athletics roll to, like, physically get him off of you.
Okay. I rolled a 7.
Okay, that's a success. As they're beginning to kind of force you down onto the ground, they can feel how strong you are, and what do you do in reaction?
The amount that they're you know how when you're like being pushed and you arch your back? I think it's one of those, and then just a turn so I'm behind them and just like pushing them out of the way.
You throw the gentleman off, but it's not just a throw. He begins sliding across the tarmac as if he was shot out of a cannon, and is now several feet away. The other 7 SWAT members that are here see this. One of them draws their gun and fires at you.
Yeah, for sure.
They roll a 1, which is a critical. They're gonna deal you 13 damage as they fire directly into you. The 3 other agents witness Agent Tuck collapse to the ground as one of these SWAT members fires at her and she crumples to the ground.
Haley!
Oh. Warp is crying and is just horrified that this situation has somehow happened again, and there's like 3 different ways that make it again. But she just stands still with Hyde still.
As the 3 of you clamber out of the plane, the other SWAT members see you. They begin screaming at you to get down, and I assume you follow the rules.
Yeah, immediately.
The girl, Mia, is screaming in horror at the sight of her beloved sister being shot. She screams, and the gentleman holding her is kind of having a hard time struggling, and all of a sudden there is this rumble, and boom, a familiar explosion of sound and energy emits from him. He crumples to the ground along with her. One of the other SWAT members turns around and sees this and fires a taser at Mia. She shakes for a moment and collapses. If you do not protest, if you do not fight them, they zip tie you.
Can I make one petition to whoever has me? Just, you just saw what she did. I know what she is. I need your help. Put me with the kid, and I'll make sure that doesn't happen to anyone else. I promise you. You can keep me handcuffed, just put me in the same van.
You can make a persuasion roll. I think these gentlemen, although they're professional, they're quite freaked out by what just happened.
Okay. I have a success with a 39 under 50.
Without any questions, they throw you into the van. They don't acknowledge what you've said, but you do find yourself in the same van with them. The girl is tied up, a bag over her head, and as soon as you get in, one of them feeds her sedatives by injection. Before the doors close, the last image that Warp and Merritt see is Tuck's body being zipped up in a bag. You are driven away from Los Alamitos. There are no windows in these vans. The rest of the team are in these vehicles with you. These SWAT members are silent. They do not answer any questions you may have, and they keep their weapons trained on you. You have been riding quietly in this SWAT van for, you suspect, maybe 30, 40 minutes. And the van kind of suddenly comes to a stop. And the two of you can hear someone outside, quietly but sternly talking into the passenger window of your van. Let me ask both of you to make alertness rolls to see just how much detail you can make out of this.
That's a failure with a 69.
Hey.
Nice.
Thank you.
32, which is a success under 50.
Merritt, you're a little less distracted than Warp right now, and you can make out that it sounds like someone is speaking into the passenger window, saying something like, "We don't care what your orders are. We're trying to get the body and the little girl. Which van is it in?"
I don't know who you think you are, but I don't take orders from you, all right? So we're gonna go to the compound. You can follow suit.
You're already here, and you suddenly see the door of your van, Merritt and Warp, open. Standing there is someone that looks like they're part of security detail. You are in some kind of corporate park. There seems to be a small lake just past where the street is, and there's about 6 or 7 individuals standing outside the van with an ambulance. This person sees you, Merritt, and then sees the little girl, the unconscious little girl that has been held by the SWAT team. They go to grab Mia.
You're gonna see the passenger side, like, probably open with a little extra force and aggression than necessary. Stepping out in her SWAT, very heavy Kevlar and fairly tall, 5'10". So this is Agent Kit. And if Agent Kit's gonna see them going for the little girl, she will kind of like lean out and get a little forward, hand out, be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
We don't care what your orders were. You're bringing them here. We're going to take her, and we're going to take her to the private hospital.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. I don't see anything.
I'm in charge of this facility, so you're going to do as I say, as I now take directive over you.
I'm gonna motion to a couple other officers and agents to point towards the body. She does not leave your sight. You stay with it. Be like, wherever they go, we go.
Don't take it up with me. Take it up with the higher ups, okay? Your orders were to bring them here, and my orders is to take them over there. And they point in the direction of a building that is on the other side of the lake. Very square and brutalist. The SWAT members that are in the van, along with Merritt and Warp, acknowledge your orders. They pick up Mia, and they get out of the van with her and take her to the ambulance. Merritt and Warp, you can see the body bag also being carried over to the ambulance, along with Agent Hyde, who is in a separate van and is now also being gurneyed and being put into the ambulance.
Listen, please, I understand that I'm being put in some sort of a prisoner situation, but it's very vital that I stay with the child, with the body, and my partner. I understand that I'm not in a place to make bargains, but it is for your safety as well as it is mine. Wherever they go, can you please keep me with them? I've seen what they're capable of, and you haven't.
Okay, how about this? Come with me, and I'm going to go ahead and take them into where I think I have to, which is the compound.
The other SWAT members, they pull you out, Merritt, along with you, Warp.
Mm-hmm.
And when you step out, you realize behind you is a secondary building. So imagine a kind of man-made lake in the center. To the north, we'll say, is this other building. And then behind you appears to be not a sister building, but something on the same campus. And Agent Kit begins directing you away from the ambulance and from the girl and from the body. They appear to be ignoring you, Agent Merritt.
Listen, please, and I'm going to direct myself to Kit specifically. Are you with the program? I need you to listen. If you are, if you know what that word means, you need to...
Talking. Just wait 2 minutes. Just get to an area, and then we can talk.
If you separate me from them, bad things are going to happen.
Bad things have already happened. Let's go. And I'm going to advise push, like indicate you to walk in the direction.
You don't have to try very hard. There are 2 SWAT members for each agent that are dragging them along. The 2 of you, Agent Merritt and Warp, are brought into this building that is dressed like every single corporate office you have ever seen or imagined. You are brought to a service elevator. You go up an indeterminate number of floors before you are led out into a narrow hallwayed office building. However, Agent Kit brings you up to a door, opens it up, and Agent Merritt, the officers, the SWAT members bring you into a room. And what immediately strikes you is that this room is basically a corporate office as if it was made to be a bedroom. There is a bed, there is a small dresser there, a television screwed onto the wall, and the opposite wall to you is just one floor-to-ceiling window. And you can see that building opposite of the lake.
This is where you guys are going to be spending the night. This is where we're going to ask you to just stay. From what I understand, you guys are not under arrest, but please know I will be with you. I'm not here to hurt, I'm not this, I'm here to help. If you need any food, water, bathroom, shower, please. I'm trying to make this, I want you guys to be as comfortable as possible. And if you need anything.
All I need is personal assurance that my partner, Agent Hyde, is okay and that the asset is secured. And I would like to do so personally if it's available to me. You can keep me hostage, prisoner, whatever you need to do, but I'd prefer if it was in the same room as them.
And your name?
My name is Agent Merritt.
I will go ahead and I will do this. I will pass that up to my higher-ups that Agent Merritt would like to be with the asset. I will go ahead and submit that request. I have no problem doing that for you.
Are you with the program?
Yes, I am.
Are you security designation or are you a researcher?
Oh, I'm definitely security.
And who is your direct operating handler?
That is for me to know.
Listen, we work in the program together, and what you have in the other room is effectively a nuclear bomb.
Oh, I have a feeling it is something, since we have a very high VIP here, hence why I'm here. Yes.
Agent Kit, there are maybe 2 people on this facility that are capable of calming that asset down without killing everyone here. That is Agent Warp here and the corpse you brought in. It's very vital that we are kept close to the asset. I'd like you to communicate that to your operating handler as soon as possible, with the express understanding that the sooner that you do that, the sooner that you get to keep all of your organs.
And I will pass that along. Beyond that, my hands are tied.
Agent Kit steps out, closes and locks the door. Agent Warp, you are led to a room basically directly next to where Agent Merritt was dropped off, and your room is very similar. And Agent Kit also offers you food and anything you need while you are here.
Do I have my bag on me?
No one has pulled anything away from you. However, I will say that Agent Merritt, they do pull your gun and your cell phone once you're in the room.
Warp is mostly silent that entire time and is just sort of nodding and just 1,000 miles away. But right as Agent Kit turns to leave, you just hear Warp say, "Is the body far away from here?"
No.
How far? If you could put a number on it.
Warm, cold.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Do you need anything else? Water?
No.
Have a good night.
And Agent Kit closes the door. Agent Warp, you hit your breaking point, which means you've gained a new disorder. Let's talk about that. What do you feel is appropriate?
It is a sort of spin on her current obsession. I think now that she's watched Perennial sort of finally crack open, she's obsessed with the idea, even just the seconds before that happened, of what Perennial was to her, which for now, as she's looking at the second time she's been in an empty bedroom after being swatted, is the Freis files. She's completely locked into that. That is the last set of instructions she received. One-track mind, obsessed with those. The yarn is literally tossed out of her bag and is rolled up in some corner.
And curiously enough, you would expect them to have been taken from you, and yet they have not been. They still are stuffed into your bag, staring back at you.
She starts organizing them again, trying to remember the original way that they were in the box. It's since changed, but that has become essential now that it is in, like, back to one positioning. And that's what takes up the bed as she's working. And reaches for the first stack, sees that she has a few hours left, and gets to reading.
Many hours pass. Agent Tuck, you suddenly come breathing to life. And it's black. All you see is black, and it feels like you are in something.
Like, I'll kind of fumble above me and push and feels for a seam.
You find the top of the zipper.
Open.
You sit up, you look down, and you can see that you are riddled with bullets. Except it's not blood. There's blue ichor kind of streaming out of you. You're somewhere like a mortuary, but you're alive.